Try that button.
That's what the goldfish is. That fucker comes and grabs it. You know, I'm saying that like a slightly. Is your dad like? What's your ethnicity of your father?
He's white.
Okay,
So
I just realized I was making that voice going.
yeah.
No, I think your dad's white. I'm about 100% sure he's actually white.
Oh, I think we're live. Oh, let me pause my own stream. Make sure I'm not dragging myself down on anything. Yep, the internet's low. If I'm buffering, guys, feel free to tell me. Use your heart and soul. Or chat. Whichever works, you know. Waiting for my internet to get a bit more stable.
It looks pretty good on my side.
Okay. Then, alright.
Yeah, there's Lays.
We'll go with that. And looks like
it is.
we got Lays up in the chat. Excellent. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of Primus Prime Time. Now, I said I was trying to make a few adjustments, some improvements to the stream to make it, you know, even better. I suggested a moving background. I tried that on my own, and it caused encoding issues. I said I tried to fix the flickering. Nah.
It's worse.
Is it? Oh boy.
Yeah, it's worse.
I said, what else did I say? I said I'd add music, and well, how about this for a little jingle? Oh, well, looks like it's time for me to rhyme all in due time. It's prime time. I don't know how to sing. I don't know how to dance. But all I know is I'll kill all of your ants. No. We got lo-fi. Let me actually play the lo-fi I got up in here. So now we actually have music. Isn't it a wonderful thing? And of course, Twisted can't hear it. But
Your name.
Hmm? Big improvement here on the PTT show. Thank you very much. Let me know if that's too loud or too quiet. I'm playing lo-fi now just in case it's so quiet nobody can hear it. Alright. Let's see. What else do I have up in here?
That's really good. Really good level.
Excellent.
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 Perfect.
Alright. I talked about on Twitter that I have a few updates. You might say, Primus Prime, there wasn't a video this week. That's actually not true. There was an April Fool's video this week, I guess. And, you know, check it out if you haven't. I liked it. And so the schedule, I typically have a video per week schedule. But that's going away. I don't have a schedule right now. The only thing that's scheduled is Primus Prime Time. That's going to continue. But normal videos are not going to be scheduled. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop making videos. It means they might come out less frequently than they already are already. And the reason that is because I'm sort of occupied with a lot of things right now. I'm getting busy preparing for what I'm going to do after college. I'm just preparing for my life, you know, and that's sort of scary. But part of it is I'm trying to aim for. I'm looking to probably working outside of the United States and pretty much immigrating to another country is a full-on process, and I'm trying to make sure I have all the certifications I need. I have the best thing to make my applications look good. But yeah, I'm just occupied with all sorts of things. YouTube has typically been my first priority. Has always been university. Second priority, it alternates, but usually it's YouTube. And then third are other stuff. But getting ready for after college is now second priority. YouTube is going to have to take a step back. I will continue making content just at any regular time frame. Primus Prime Time will be continuing. Oh hey, are you graduating after this? I'm graduating next year. But all this application stuff I have to do, I have to start doing now because these are long application processes. But yeah, that's the schedule. That's Primus Prime Time's going to be on this weird, not Prime, the Primus Prime 22 channel is going to be in this weird no schedule state for a while because of all that. Yeah. I think that's about it. So what say you, Twist? Anything you wanna say?
I am in the process of editing it right now, but if you've been following the Discord channel and my channel in particular, I've been posting for my week-long trip to Miami and whatnot that I'm trying to make into a vlog. So wish you luck on that one. I've never tried to edit a vlog before, so that's gonna be fun. I'm trying to think of anything else like that needs to be. And
you can find
I'll keep thinking on this. I'm also trying to write up these things real quick.
Right.
Also, as everybody knows, I didn't think I was gonna be able to make it for the first like 10 minutes. I was an hour and a half away, speeding my ass off to get here by 7. I got her like a minute before we went live.
Oh yeah. Like he came in and like, all right, we're live in 55 seconds.
So I'm in the process of rushing to get my writing done real quick. Like my writing right now looks like what I would guess a comedian's looks like, just like a bunch of words and stuff to get me like, oh yeah, it's this, or oh yeah, it's that, just to remind me.
So are you gonna upload that on your main channel or?
No, that's gonna that will be Twisted IRL. That
Twisted IRL.
Vlog one.
I don't think I have a link to that channel in the description, but there is a link to Twisted's channel, and I'm sure it's in his like side channel things. Yeah, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. So Primus Prime Time, just a little talk show we do here with our co-host Twisted Ambition, and today I thought we'd cover a little chill subject, a little interesting subject. Oh, Ultrox Infinity here with a woman emoji raising her hands, as if this is some sort of rave,
or a school shooting,
or I guess. I mean, anything could be.
I'm just trying to tie. I'm just trying to tie in from last episode to this.
Oh one. Yeah, I mean, I guess anything could be a school shooting if you like look at it from a certain angle.
Everything's a school shooting if you try hard enough.
I guess it's my favorite time of the week. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. What was I gonna say? So we picked a little chill topic for today, and this is actually a topic that I couldn't do without Twisted here because I don't have much experience with this. And you know, there'll be episodes where Twisted sort of takes the lead, like this one, and there'll be ones where I'll take the lead, and of course there'll be the ones with the sort of, you know, just a conversation. But today we're going to be talking about Dungeons and Dragons stories. Now I've only played Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, delays. Good tie-in with the school shooting reference. Excellent. Love this. Love the school shootings. Excuse me?
I'm not sorry.
I don't know what that was. That was like some sort of gratata. Right.
It's rapper for guns.
Ah, I gotcha. Also, that's what they're saying.
I learned about rap today, mother.
So yeah, I've only played Dungeons and Dragons like twice in my life. I don't think it's necessarily for me, but I do like the stories that come out of it. And Twisted's would you call yourself a Dungeons and Dragons aficionado?
I do enjoy it. I'm in the process of trying to find a good group. Sorry for saying it that way, KOALAS.
Good group. Got to get on his level.
Group.
In fact, I think there is some footage online of the 2 times I've played Dungeons and Dragons, both on Laze's channel. One's the full-on session, the other's a clip from another session. So check those out. I won't bother with the link. But Laze's channel might be in the description. Let me check. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
go to Laze and just look up D&D. Most recent ones, probably. So yeah, D&D. I kind of feel that D&D sort of this thing where, oh, anything can happen. Use your imagination, but don't use it too much.
Yeah, no.
the game's like the definition of applying rules to limits. Like, it's limited, unlimited.
I just realized that Lays is subscribed to Josh Peck on YouTube.
Well, why wouldn't... Are you not?
I'm not. I am about to be. Hang on. Now I'm subscribed to Josh Peck. Oh, Megan. Anyway, sorry. Notice that. Though, is that Lays' like current channel? Because he did post some stuff on another channel the other day, didn't he?
He posted stuff on
Yeah,
Lazy
he did.
Koalas the other day.
Is it Lazy Koalas?
Yep. When he briefly turned into Lazy Lays.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what channel that was.
So whenever somebody goes to Lazy Koalas, the last two or three videos they see are going to be from an April Fool's joke.
Jesus Christ. Oh, great. Though he did lie in that video, if you think about it.
What do you mean?
He said there would be no gameplay.
Yeah, he did say no gameplay, only camera, but then the gameplay, he had it in the corner like,
Yeah,
I didn't come here
there
for
was
gameplay. I came here for webcams.
And you narrating the gameplay that we can't see. That's fine. As long as I don't see any fucking gameplay.
Gameplay is verboten here. We don't want any of that. Twisted stays in the news with the... Yeah, you know Twisted's always checking up on the newest uploads.
Dude, I'm at work, okay? I don't know. Like, the jargon, it's going to be in the video, but I think I calculated it up to be around 1,500 miles I've driven this week alone.
Is that a lot?
So, 1,500 miles?
Yeah. How much is
Well,
that
let's
in
put it this way.
kilometers?
Miles to kill. I'm just gonna put miles to kill and figure it out. That is 2,400 kilometers.
That's a few kilometers, isn't it?
Just a couple, yeah. Florida's too fucking big.
Lay says, "Listen, man, I had to make it watchable." Oh yeah, like you made that time. You have a whole video that's like, how long is it? That where it's just Dreadcore's webcam. He's not even saying anything. You think that's watchable?
Oh, I gotta bring this up because it was the best thing to come out of the last webcam, the last Primus Prime Time, was the edit Lays did where he did the Irish joke. And
Oh
had,
yeah,
like 13 seconds of silence, then you laugh.
that was quality.
That was quality. That was just, that was perfect. I laughed my ass off. Oh my god, that was so good. Me and Eric were watching The Office in the other room when I got the update of that. In the middle of the episode, I just started dying laughing. She's like, "Oh, what did you see? What was on the show?" It wasn't the show. Fuck the show. This edit is the best edit I've ever seen.
So do you think we can like misconstrue what you just said and like put up a quote that says "Primus Prime Time, funnier than The Office"?
Yeah, sure. I give approval.
All right, next Primus Prime Time we're gonna have in letters above the camera. Primus Prime Time, better than The Office.
Oh, speaking of The Office, we actually, that's why I was gonna be late. Me and Erica went to see a Quiet Place, the new movie that came out Thursday. And John Malachy or whatever, the Jim from The Office, he directed the movie and was in the movie.
Ah.
And I gotta say, I don't normally do this. I gave the movie a 8.59 solid.
Whoa, generous.
Like,
8.9.
An 8.9 or 8.5 or 9. It's a solid movie.
What about a 9?
So well done. Huh?
What about a 9.2? You think that's pretty good?
No, I won't ever. I've never found a movie that good where it's up near closer to 10. I have never once given a movie a 10 because nothing is perfect.
What an interesting scale you got there. On a scale of 0 to 8.5, how would you rate this? What goes into these ratings that you give?
My tastes. I mean, it's gonna differ. Like Erica, when she did it, she was like, "Yeah, give it like a 7.5." Like, what a 0.5 means is you know, it could, if one thing changed, it could easily be an 8. It could very easily be a 9. You know, I would easily give that movie a 9 if the ending hadn't been what it was. I would easily give it a solid 9.
Would you give classics like Saving Private Ryan a 9 or a 10?
4.
A 4? Saving Private Ryan? Why?
I didn't care for the movie. I don't know why. I did like, there were some parts that were really good. It is a classic piece for what it is. But in my personal taste, I don't really care for war movies. So my scale is gonna be a bit skewed in that sense.
What about what's the name? What is it? Casablanca?
Casablanca? No, I give it a solid 8. I like Casablanca.
But you wouldn't give it a 9 or a 10.
Well, Twisted is the man that gave the bug dating sim a 7
out of 10.
7.10. 7 out of 10.
Huh.
Yeah, dude, that game was solid, especially the 2 alternate endings. Those were solid alternate endings.
What about Shrek? What would you give that movie?
I'll have to go back on what I said. I'll have to go back. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one, actually. I'm gonna give it a solid 7.
A solid 7. You think Shrek's better than Saving Private Ryan?
Any day of the week. Let's put it this way: if I'm willing to rewatch a movie, I've watched Saving Private Ryan one time. Never had. If I see it on TV, I don't stop and watch it. Shrek every time.
Every time. We need to have a freaking Twisted Reviews movie episode. This is an interesting scale that I'm trying to wrap my head around.
It's all based on my personal preference.
So not about any no cinematography, no set design, you don't acting, those things don't factor in.
Look, that is why the Quiet Place that we just watched tonight, that is the reason why it is so high. Is the cinematography is great, the way that, you know, they're able to communicate by just their emotions and like the way they look at each other, because very little movie has like speaking. Very little movie they're actually talking to each other. It's all like sign language and that kind of thing. It's really, really well done. Cinematography is great. Even the monsters in the movie is very well done. Usually, whenever when you finally see the creature or the monster, it's like it kills the movie for you. This creature was legitimately terrifying. Like, it actually was like the scariest creature thing I've ever seen in the movie.
Huh. What would you give any Godzilla movie?
You know, I got to give credit to the old ones just because of the work the work that went into making the models, the city to scale. Because if you went back and actually looked, they took a lot of time making sure that every time they rebuilt the city, it was actually proper heights and size. They actually scaled down all the buildings like appropriately. So the old ones, I would easily give like a 7, 6, you know, that kind of area. Just because they're older, they were corny, but they were very well done for the age. The new ones, say Godzilla 2000 or fuck the new one that came out, 5. They were mediocre at best.
What about what's it called? Starts with a C.
Is it Casablanca again?
Not Casablanca. Has a monster in it.
Cloverfield.
Cloverfield. Yeah. What would you give that?
Cloverfield. For what it was, solid 8. Solid 8. The cinematography, even though it was what it was, like it was a found footage kind of video. The way they did it, the way they got certain angles and certain creatures that you only see the foot or just like this the other, I really enjoyed the way they did what they did.
But we're still not breaking into 9 or 10 territory. What about what about Birth of a Nation? Surely that's a 10.
I've not seen that one actually. I can't
You're not. I'd highly recommend Birth of a Nation.
The fuck is this? I see. There's KKK members. What is this? What is this? See, yelling black man. Okay, I don't know why Django is coming up.
Django. Birth of a Nation.
Django Unchained. I typed in Birth of a Nation, like Django Unchained has popped up.
Birth of a
Nation. A lot of
Nation.
KKK members and what the fuck is this?
Birth of a Nation's kind of the movie that sort of started up the KKK. And funnily enough, the first movie screen in the White House was when Woodrow Wilson installed a movie projector, and he's the first one we played in the White House, Birth of a Nation, and that caused the KKK, which was dying out at that point, to all of a sudden have a resurgence.
Shit, I didn't mean to do this, guys. I'm sorry. It just looked like a good movie. I'm sorry, I didn't mean this. Wait, are the black guys in this movie literally white dudes in blackface?
Well, you think any black person would want to sign up to be in Birth of a Nation?
I don't figure they have much choice, but, you know.
It has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wait, it does?
According to Lays and his screenshot you sent, yeah.
Wait, what? Yeah, written. I can't tell you Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see. It's got 72%.
Ah, okay. That's still kind of high.
It's got a 72% fresh. Wow.
You know, for starting the KKK, this must be pretty good.
Average rating 6.7 out of 10. It's only been reviewed 234 times. That's pretty low.
All right, so Dungeons and Dragons. You got any dragony, dungeony stories for us today?
Okay, well, I got a list for you. Do you want to hear about? I got a few starter ones. We got Sir Barrington, Caterpillar. Or
you just go with what your heart.
Which one you want?
I heard cocaine. Let's go with the cocaine.
Cocaine wagon it is.
Heyo.
All right. So this is from my very first time playing D&D.
Oh wow.
Very first time, brand new session, or brand new DM, brand new players. We were all just new. It was 3.5. So my buddy has a character named Don Whitehorse. He wants us to go out and help and you know, guard this caravan, you know, taking its goods from one place to another. Simple enough. He was just seeing if we were competent enough to get the job done. Spoiler alert: we were not.
It's almost as if there was somebody pulling the strings to make it an entertaining campaign.
Yeah, he was called our pyromancer.
Oh.
Okay, so none of us had read up in the pyromancer class at all. The pyromancer class has the ability to, for once a day, to lay down 30 feet of oil, just as a cantrip, and then make a spark with his fingers to ignite said oil. So he would use a little bit a day, so on and so forth. Nothing, you know, too big or too dangerous. Well, during our trip, we had some bandits try to hijack said you know, wagon, and we fought them all pretty well. We had to bring the wagon off course into a tall, like, wheat field kind of area, and it was me. It was 1, 2, 3. It was like 6 players. And we get in there, we fight off the bandits and whatever else that was fighting us, and we ended up running into three snakes. Okay.
Snakes?
No. Snakes. Yeah, just regular rattlesnakes, essentially.
Okay. So wait, after I kind of zoned out. Did you fight off the bandits?
Yeah, we fought them off. They were
so
fine.
After the bandits, is the snake gonna be the big threat here?
Actually, yeah.
Oh boy.
So, Snake has an armor class of 17, meaning we had to roll over that. Us being first level characters, we just it was very hard for us to roll over that amount to be able to fucking hit these guys. And they would poison us every time they bite us. They'd give us a little poison damage where every round would take, like, you know, X amount of damage. So our pyromancer gets fucking fed up, ends up climbing on top of our carriage and laying the line across them, setting it on fire. And now he rolled an accuracy check to see if how well he was able to place the oil where he wanted it. He ends up getting some on the cart, in the wagon. So he lights the line on fire. It comes all the way around the snakes. Does a lot of damage to them, didn't kill them. But then it lights the carriage on fire, which spooks our horses. The horses start running. My big Goliath character decides it's gonna grab the carriage. So I rolled, hit a nat 20, was able to grab it mid roll, and then also grab the elf and drag us both on. So we're all in line. This horse is going. None of us have enough handle animal check to, have enough handle animal check to stop this fucking horse. So it's just running through this field, setting the field ablaze behind it. It's a dry wheat field. So as this cart's going, all of a sudden we start hearing a noise. So it's like, what the hell is that? One person runs the intelligence check, realized that it sounded what sounds like a fuse going off, or like gunpowder almost. So we, Jason Bourne style, decide we're gonna jump off this wagon. We jump off. About the time we jump off, an explosion happens, sending white powder into the sky.
Oh boy.
Come to find out later on, we were actually smuggling in what was essentially about 100 pounds of cocaine and gunpowder to this small enclave. So took a bunch of damage jumping off that fucking thing. Well, we have a fire chasing behind us now. We set near about, what did he say, like 150 acres of wheat on fire.
Oh boy.
Enough that this area is gonna have some starvation issues.
So let me get this straight. Some snakes caused a fiery crash that led to famine, starvation, and the exposing of a cocaine dealership.
Yeah, 3 snakes.
That's a Dungeons and Dragons story if I've ever heard one.
3 snakes caused so much fucking turmoil. We couldn't hit him. We were fighting for 20 minutes we got fed up and just do it. Just whatever you can, we gotta kill these snakes. None of us thought we could just leave the snakes be.
Just, there's an enemy, we must slay it.
Essentially. It's like, we didn't have to fight these snakes. If we just let them alone, they weren't going to pursue us. So the DM later on tells us this, and like, oh yeah, you're not gonna have, that wouldn't be much of a problem just literally walking away. They were just like, all right, fine, you go, don't fuck with us, we won't fuck with you.
But no, instead you caused a famine.
Yeah, we caused a famine. That how do you put this? The guy that hired us owned those acres.
Oh God.
Not only that, is later on we ended up finding a village so we can stop for the night and get the guy's name, but our bard into talking to a ranger. He was a very powerful ranger. He had some tricks up his sleeves, some deities behind him. Not a great guy. And ends up stealing something called the Deck of Many Things from him. The Deck of Many Things has originally 52 cards in it, each of which have a different thing. If you say I'm going to draw this many cards, you have to draw that many cards, and just accept the fate that the cards give you. He ends up drawing 3 cards. First time, one was the team has good luck, meaning we roll on that one. We get a 20 instead of a 1. So good job, that's a good roll. The second one was I think 500 gold or something like that, not a ton at the time. The third, which for him to be hunted mercilessly by the demi queen Methuselah. Basically a shape-shifting succubus, which later on that campaign murders the shit out of him.
Oh no.
Like he brought a girl into his room. He's gonna have his way with her. Like, yeah, let's have sex. And he just gets destroyed, like the Ring style destroyed.
Oh God.
Turned around backwards, like arms flipped around. That next morning we find that character all mangled and stuff, and I ended up wrapping him in sheets. My big Goliath character, and dragging him through town to our contact. These bloody white sheets. And then like the guards are behind us, so we're running through the city. I'm just like carrying a bag of dead person. While the guards are chasing us, Benny Hill music's probably playing in the background somewhere. We get to our contacted mansion and tell them what hell happened, and I was like, "Yeah, hide this for us." They're like, "What? It's a dead person. Just hide it. Flannan, hide him." It's like, what happened to Flannan? We don't know yet. We'll figure that later. We gotta deal with the guards first.
Now I gotta say, I think a lot of Dungeons and Dragons stories should have Benny Hill music playing.
So it was just this like the snowball effect of, oh yeah, this is fine. Oh look, bandit, that's fine. Snakes, okay, it's getting a little bit difficult. Oh shit, we burned the countryside down. Oh fuck, this is cocaine. Would you steal? Oh, that's not good to steal that from a very powerful man. Too. Here's a dead guy. Hide him for us. The guards are coming. That's the summary of what happened. Shit went wrong so fast. I'm peeking my mic. I can.
3 snakes ruined everything.
And that's to this day. I will not have snakes in my campaign.
It's just they're bad omens.
Bad omens. Out of all the different campaigns y'all played with, 2 or 3 or whatever it was, have y'all ever faced a snake?
I don't remember facing the snake, no.
No, you haven't, because I don't put them in my campaigns because they're just bad omens for me.
We can murder a family of goblins, but
that's
snakes, oh, we don't touch that. Oh god.
No, fuck
Cursed.
the goblins. I'm not. Let's see. What is it? I think a goblin's arm class is like 14 or 15. I did fuck up. I remember the last session that the other guys played, like the rest of the guys. I put a swarm against them, forgetting that swarms are immune to slice, slashing, piercing, that kind of damage. And the only person that could do damage to him was our one spellcaster that was running out of spell slots very fast. So I ended up fixing that where it's just like they had to survive so many rounds where they just leave. They just leave essentially. That was my bad as a DM, forgetting they had those immunities and not taking consideration, the party whole. If we ever have a new campaign, I'll be sure to make a character one. What? Snake character? What are you talking about, Lazy? Mike just want to stay away from wheat.
Oh yeah, maybe wheat's the bad omen.
No, wheat's fine. Causing plagues and famine is fine. I don't care about that shit.
Maybe it was the cocaine.
Literally. At level, what is it? Level like 3 or something like that. A party of 4 can literally take on a small village and make it theirs. They're powerful enough to go, this is our village now. Power-wise, nothing's gonna stop them.
Can they make a little flag and hoist it up?
Yeah, now the local kingdom might not take too well to this, but they might have an issue with some guards coming trying to take them out. But civilians like a little fishing village. This is our village now. But this is we've been here for 100 years. We better leave.
Get out.
Or better yet, stay and make sure you pay us like rent and whatever else.
Have you ever seen any like full scale like wars, like the players start a rebellion in the kingdom and it's not like they're getting rawful smashed, it's like they're on equal footing and it's a proper war in D&D?
I have. It was actually pretty cool. It's a story that my buddy Alex told me. He was the DM for the first game I was talking about. Him and his group. I'm trying to remember how he put this. They ended up starting a war between 2 neighboring kingdoms, spreading lies about one of the other ones. And they were stupid little childish lies. Like they said, your feet stink. And it was a very Monty Python-esque kind of way of doing things. Which, I don't know if this is a lie or not, kind of a side note. Supposedly Netflix or Hulu is going to be adding all the Monty Python movies, not Monty Python, all the, Monty Python movies to Netflix or Hulu. So that's something to be looking forward to. I have a reason to live now. I'm happy.
I've never really seen Monty Python. I've seen some clips a long time ago, but that's it.
That's fair. That's fair. The Holy Grail is the one everybody knows. This is the one it's my favorite one. There are some gems out there. If you want to look them up. Um, that should be your fear, not snakes. I hate snakes. But going on, they ended up starting a war between two kingdoms, and they just kind of like they said a couple barbarians went, you know, we're gonna join the fight on the opposite sides, and try to like lead the armies to each other. And they started fighting. They started killing off the peasants that were fighting, the small guards, and then finally the two warlocks were in the process of making the cities levitate, literally ripping them from the ground and just like destroying them.
Oh wow!
So they ended up rolling high enough to pick the cities up because they were high level. This is like a level 13, 14 campaign, and they were high level at this point. And they said, "All right, all battles need to stop. You listen to what we had to say now, or we destroy everything you love, you hold dear." It's like, we're your new kings now, and they have a floating airship at this point in the campaign. So at this point, the floating airship comes out over the mountains, like, yeah, that's our kingdom in the sky. As of right now, y'all's in the sky, and if you don't listen to what we have to say, I'm gonna make sure they go negative into the ground. So in one session, what the DM told me was, they went from just having a floating little castle, little floating zeppelin, whatever, to owning a continent.
Oh wow!
It's like at any point, at any given time, we can just drop your cities. It's very much an Ultron, Age of Ultron.
Oh yeah. Did it spark any sort of like other war because somebody got angry that their family died when the city was being lifted up or something?
Yes and no. They did use the cities to fight off the Tarrasque later on. The Tarrasque is like one of the most powerful creatures in D&D.
Ah.
And they ended up just throwing the cities at the Tarrasque.
Oh wow!
Didn't warn anyone. Nobody got out. Just throwing a few thousand people at this thing till it died. I think they said that the damage was like, they raised it up like 40, 50 feet or some shit like that. So it's 10 times size. I want to say they did like a couple hundred damage per city.
Per city, when you're using city as ammunition.
Well, the Tarrasque has like resistances and immunities to certain damages, so it took half damage from my understanding. I was like, yeah, here's a city that does bludgeon damage, right? Yeah, it does bludgeon damage. It takes half damage from a fucking city being thrown at it. And then I think they ended up filling their zeppelin full of gunpowder and just finishing it off.
Not cocaine.
Probably a little cocaine.
Just give it a little bit of cocaine. It'll leave.
A little bit of cocaine. Always, everybody needs a little bit.
Does everyone need a little bit of cocaine?
I mean, have you ever had a little bit of cocaine?
Obviously not.
And you don't know. Everyone needs a little bit of cocaine.
I guess.
50% resistance to city damage. I can tell another story of personal experience of a campaign that I ran. It's actually the campaign that y'all started. The first one we did.
Mm-hmm.
It's a campaign that y'all started. Later on, there's a I put this. It's a hedge garden, and they have to go in and they have to just like fight off little gnome things and whatever. Very simple maze kind of dungeon. These are all new players I was dealing with in the beginning, anyways. But we had Alex, the guy I told you about earlier. He joined for one session, just kind of like he wanted something to do, so I joined. He's just playing a crazy guy that loves Palor, the god Palor. So he's playing a cleric, a paladin for the god Palor, and they were just going around. He would constantly like, "Bless you, my son. The light of Palor shines upon you." He's just kind of being that kind of dick. But we're in this part of the hedge maze where I explained that it's only like 3 feet wide. Like one of our barbarians, like shoulders are scraping it, just like cutting into the hedge. So he said, I want to roll he wants to roll to look around. All right, roll. He rolls a nat 20, and I'm like, shit. All right. There's literally nothing here. But I, as a DM, always find out that if you roll a d20, you know, give the player something. They did a good job. They rolled a good number. So I tell him that looking around, he doesn't see much, but he does notice a caterpillar. I think I told you the story in one of the last stream, last time we talked. We found the caterpillar starting to make himself into a cocoon. So he said he leans down. He goes, "Palo blesses you, small creature." I said, "Okay, roll a religion check or roll a persuasion or something like that." He rolls, gets another fucking 20. he converts his caterpillar to the Lord and Savior Palo. So the caterpillar stops what he's doing, stops making a cocoon, drops down, starts making a shrine out of his silk to Palo. And he starts like inchworm bowing to it.
Oh God.
So they go, and the paladin stands up, proud of his work, and then moves on. The rest of the group's like, "What the fuck did he just do? He just yelled at a caterpillar." So later on, our druid. She's helping fight the main boss this whole area, and she rolls to summon a familiar to fight for them. And she ends up rolling for a centipede. Centipede, which does poison damage, so on and so forth. I decide to change it in the book. I changed it to where I said, "All right, you rolled this. You rolled a very familiar. Rumbling from the bushes starts happening behind them, and out erupts this giant caterpillar. That is now almost transcendent, has like purplish translucent skin where you see constellations inside its beak. And giant wings, like angel like wings. Not butterfly, I didn't want to be that cliche. I didn't want him to be the fucking caterpillar from A Bug's Life. I'm a beautiful butterfly. You know, that fucking guy.
Right. How would you rate A Bug's Life? 6. 6. 6. Are you more of an ants type of person? 3. Oh. You just don't like Pixar. You just don't like 3D animated Bugs movies.
I just don't like ants. I think Bug's Life is solid. Just don't think it deserves a lot of praise.
It's solid. It's a 6.
It's a 6.
You know, when I get a 60,
it's above average.
You know, when I get a 60% on a test, I'm like, this is solid.
That's why I was in school. Yeah, I could have done worse. But the caterpillar then rises, is birthed into the world. He crushes the foes, and then afterwards turns to the party and goes, "You have blessed me with this power, Palo, the God and Savior. If you ever need me, my guidance, please call upon me." And he ascends into the fucking heavens and becomes a constellation in the sky.
That's some sort of metamorphosis.
Oh yeah, he was gonna be from a little puny little butterfly. Now he's a demigod. And in every single one of my worlds, he is a demigod in every one of the worlds I make.
Oh.
There's even fan art online of it.
Oh wow.
Because one of my players was a Redditor, so we constantly post like our adventures online.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a lot of praise in that one, actually. Pretty nice.
So did you like make him one of the divine figures of the D&D?
He is the divine figure of Palo. He is Palo's messenger now.
Does that mean every campaign you make is in a shared universe?
The gods are.
Oh, the gods transcend universal boundaries.
Yep.
Ah.
That's what makes them godly. Man, you guys had fun with this. A caterpillar now writes songs about Jesus and small ecosystems in a backyard. Alright, so there's Caterpillar. Get off my list. I forget his name. There's a story about, I'm just trying to remember this off the cuff. There's a story about a dwarf brawler that somebody had made. And they ended up getting him masked, and they made him a luchador.
Oh boy.
Everything he did was "What honor?" You know, he would just constantly back. He would just like drop kick people and put them in headlocks, and he'd grapple them. So they were in the middle of their battle. They were fighting a dragon, an ancient dragon. So he ends up grappling one of the dragon's legs, just trying to grab whatever he fucking could, you know. So the dragon decides to just leave the ground. He swoops up, goes to the fucking air. Dwarf rolls his checks properly and ends up standing on, but not just staying on, climbing up to the back of this creature. Where on the top of his back, he decides, I want to roll to grapple its wings. So he rolls like a really high number. It wasn't like a 20 or anything, really high enough to grab both wings as a dwarf and basically suplex the motherfucker back to the earth.
Ah.
Where he takes like 2d10 per 10 feet of damage. So he dropped 160 feet back to the fucking earth, using the dragon as a cushion to soften his fall.
Hey, if it works.
He just suplexed the dragon, just one-shots the dragon.
Oh.
Does this almighty caterpillar have a name? Yeah, Caterpillar.
How do you spell that?
C-A-T-E-R, Paylor?
Is Paylor a letter?
It is now. It's that weird little, like, paragraph letter.
But I thought that's the paragraph letter.
Not anymore.
Oh, like all English conventions.
This is what's making the Primus Primetime stand out. We're changing conventional means. We're changing the world as you know it.
When we do a Primus Primetime show, it ripples throughout the entire world. It has impacts.
We're gonna call this. This is the butterfly effect, the Primus Prime effect, maybe you could say.
The Primus Prime effect.
Oh jeez, one of the last few swords I can think of is Sir Barrington.
Sir Barrington?
Sir Barrington. I feel I can't do 100% justice to the story, so I actually had the story pulled up. I just think about just reading it out to you guys because it's great. Cater paragraph.
If you can copy and paste the actual paragraph character and just spell cater and then just put that paragraph character.
I actually wonder if I type in Caterpillar.
It's simple. You see cat and then yep, Blaze has got the idea. I thought it was cater and then that symbol.
What? I typed in Caterpillar and a bunch of like Caterpillar is apparently a dish.
Oh.
Caterpillar Reddit. I don't know. I probably had to look at his account to find what he wrote. But anyways, so I'm just gonna read off Sir Barrington's backstory here. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. It's read in the form of a green text story, so please, just deal with the bad grammar.
Right.
All right. Make a bear character in D&D 3.5. DM laughs. Make a bear a rogue. Put every point I can to disguise. Prestige classes of spy to get more disguise. DM says I can't speak English. Max out bluff. By growling and gesturing, I can fake speaking a language I don't speak. Use money to hire an NPC butler. Give him a magical item that lets him speak to bears. What an excellent suggestion, Mr. Barrington. We really should ask the group to investigate the Black Marsh. Over the course of the game, be knighted as Sir Barrington. Queen holds a dinner in my honor. A guest becomes the first man to ever have enough perception check to beat my disguise. Shouts out loud, "Hey, that guy's not a guy, it's a bear!" Man is escorted out of the castle while the guards apologize profusely profusely for the indignity. We're so sorry, Sir Barrington. Very sorry for the man's behavior. Roar. Shrug. That's the story of Sir Barrington.
Sounds like a national hero.
It's a story I've always loved just because it's just how ridiculous it is. Oh, I do have another one. I just remember another one. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember exactly how it goes. So anyways, this guy is playing a female character, as far as his party knows, and they're going to they've been playing like session after session after session. They finally get to the big bad, and he's able to seduce the big bad. His character's more of a prostitute. So he ends up seducing the big bad, getting all of his friends thrown into a cell. On him and the big bad's wedding night, he shows his true intentions. Come to find out that character is not him. He is a gnome that uses a shrinking spell to hide inside of an orifice of this prostitute he hired. Comes out and stabs the big bad in the chest without him realizing. He's been playing for, apparently, according to the story, he's been playing for months as his character, not telling anyone that he's actually just been working with the DM for hide checks and stealth checks and clean checks to hide to the undercarriage of this prostitute he's been paying for all these months. Just to hop out, get all his friends thrown in jail, him hop out, stab and kill the big bad, and that's it. He's just staying in this prostitute's crawl for months and years.
Spectacular. Just as you'd expect from a gnome.
Fucking gnomes are tricky, man. You ever heard of something called the Storm Quiver?
The Storm Quiver? Nope.
Storm Quiver. Well, a quiver holds arrows, you know.
Yep.
But the Storm Quiver is able to hold an infinite amount of arrows, but it can only be used and fired once. So, what this guy does, they play for months. He is literally using all of his gold to store every arrow he purchases in this Storm Quiver. And it only ever shows one arrow in the pouch. So they get to the horde. There's supposed to be this big epic 2 or 3 part battle, you know. The hordes of enemies coming at them. They're staying at the precipice of this mountain, looking over their foe. The archer goes, "I got this." Pulls the one arrow out. At this point, the DM had forgotten he had this item. Draws back and lets loose one arrow. That then splits into 2. That then splits into 4, and so on and so forth, until the sky is blacked out with 2,800 arrows or so much shit like that. Like a ridiculous amount of arrows. Literally in the ground, literally kills everything in its path.
Oh boy.
The DM's face apparently was like priceless whenever he's like, I planned this big battle and you just wiped him out in one shot. The DM apparently said, I will never put the Storm in another campaign again.
Have you ever? I know you do a lot. Us do some GMing. What sort of mischief have the players got up to that you did not foresee as GM?
Unlocking a lock in the first dungeon that I never expected to get through the first time they went. That was something. That happened with Lays. Lays is a little cunt.
Oh boy, let's call out Lays here.
Oh yeah. No, the last session I did, it killed it for me. I planned a 45-minute dungeon. That's all it was supposed to take. There was barely any enemies in it. It was very straightforward. Not many places to go. They wanted to like look at every inscription on the walls and every little thing, this and the other. I get why. I get it. I think at one point Dreadcore asked what kind of wood one of these chairs was.
That sounds like a Dreadcore question.
Near about 3 fucking hours to get through a 45-minute dungeon. And then I pissed Dreadcore. I know I did, because at the end of the dungeon they died. Because they were supposed to die.
Oh yeah, I think I remember this. I was listening in.
They were supposed to die.
I remember how it ended. I just remember like throughout the rest of the thing, it was just frustration and confusion.
Not only that, it's very hard to play a character of your opposite sex. Extremely hard, especially when you're playing it like what a man thinks a woman should be. I'm sorry, Lays, I'm about to put you on blast right now.
Oh.
He made his character a whore. and kept wanting nightclub's Goliath's dick. I want your massive Goliath cock.
Oh boy.
And I'm getting more. As it's going on, I'm getting more and more frustrated with this. Like, dude, you're playing this character. You are this person while you're playing. And I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, that's not how you do this.
Lay says, I can comfortably say that's now what I think a woman should be, lol. And let's ignore his next message after that. That's now what he thinks a woman should be. Not then, but now that you said it out loud, like something had sparked in his head, he's like, you know what? That's how they should all be.
Look, Erica's thinking about doing a campaign, and I'm kind of on the fence. I want to play my Bob Ross character, or I want to play another monk that's a female. Because I know how to play like opposite gender characters.
I don't know, Twist. It's kind of hard to play Bob Ross when you aren't a Bob Ross.
It's actually a monk that used to be in a big war, has PTSD, and travels the countryside now to keep himself calm, painting the scenery. That's my Bob Ross character. He wears a light blue tunic.
So you're gonna go on full blast on Lays?
No, that's all. No, I'm not going full blast. That was just a slight searing.
It was like a gun that shoots weaker bullets instead of a full. Brrr.
You want to know how you go immune to bullets? All right, you gotta shoot yourself a smaller caliber bullet. Start with 22 and work your way up to 40 cal. Okay. I mean, and then eventually as you work your way to 40 cal, work your way up to shotgun ammo. Okay, it's smaller pellets, but they're larger mass. They hurt a little. Or
you could, to build up what's the word? To condition yourself for taking bullets, do what the British did in India in the 1850s, where they would take prisoners, strap them onto cannons, and then like have their chest up against the barrel of the cannon, and then just fire the cannonball through you. That helps you build up your strength. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, you know?
Is that why they shit in the streets, you think?
I don't think the cannons have anything to do with that.
I think so, dude. It had to hurt some brain cell.
Well, they were doing it before the cannons came in, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I feel as though it's almost like the anime where, you know, Japan actually made anime to combat against us bombing Nagasaki. It just backfired so gloriously. In Japan being like the anime mecca of the world.
I always like how the overall message of Gundam is anti-war. That you see a lot of Gundam fans like, ah, dude, look at these robots. Let's ignore the whole anti-war message of the thing.
That's 100% correct. It's like, dude, you know, they're talking about a lot of like really nobody fights, all in peace and love, and fucking robots. now they got the one where it's the same idea. It's not Gundam, but I don't know how. I haven't watched it. I've only seen bits and pieces. I don't want to ruin the fantasy in my head. But there's a girl. There's a one person in like this doggy style position that's like that's controlling the robot's power or something like that. There's another guy that sits back piloting it, and they just look like they're fucking the entire time they're piloting the robot.
I
don't know what it's called. But the original Gundam. Yeah, the original Gundam's good. Actually, I have a Gundam behind me, a model kit that I need to set up a camera for to stream me building one day. I might do that tomorrow night, actually.
And you can find Twisted's Twitch link in the description.
Yep, I tend to do more streaming now than I do anything else. So much easier. Still pretty hard to get people to watch you, but you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a maximum of 5 people total in this stream.
Yeah. Slower than what
well
we've usually been getting, but yeah, last stream was pretty good, but I also hadn't streamed in a while, and now that I'm streaming regularly, that's when people start to take it for granted, like, oh, it's always a stream.
Yeah, like once a week, it's kind of like, yeah, they'll be here next week, and then Primus moves overseas and forgets all about us when he gets new friends and waifus.
Frankly, I'm worried about the time zones with streaming.
Yeah, you're gonna be 5 hours ahead of me.
What do you mean 5 hours?
you're gonna be like, when it's 12 here, it's gonna be 5 p.m. where you are.
You don't know where I'm gonna be going?
You've told us where you're.
What have I told you where I'm going?
I know it's up on the other side of the UK somewhere. Norway, I think. Was it Norway? I think it was Norway.
I'm not saying. Oh, you're talking about the trip, not the moving.
Yeah, not the moving part.
The trips to the Netherlands. I haven't talked about what country I'd possibly be moving to, but I want to keep that sort of a secret until we get closer to that date, because it just feels too. I mean, it's the plan I'm working on. We're working on application stuff now, but it just almost feels. The thing I'm most scared about is living alone. I've never done that before.
Dude, it's difficult. I'll tell you that right now. It's fairly difficult, especially going. I can't imagine. I moved 3 hours away. I couldn't imagine moving umpteenth hours away and living in a foreign country with a language that you may or may not speak.
Yeah.
You don't speak the language.
Living alone by myself, trying to become an adult. That's the scariest part, not the whole. Not even the whole moving part.
I really wish I had your, like, a P.O. box you promised. I want to send you some body clothes. Oh, shit. I never, oh, no. I never stopped that package to drag for.
Well, I didn't think you would stop it.
Oh, I was going to stop it because I didn't want his grandma to open it. Keep talking. Let me see what's still off. Nope, I can't find it. Oh, shit. I'm really kind of hoping he'd give us actual address.
Instead if you sent that to some random stranger.
Yeah, because if I find out it's not his address, I'm just gonna keep randomly sending him like sexual stuff constantly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who is ordering all this pornography for us? But I would send you some stuff. Honestly, promise. If you had like a little P.O. box or something.
Oh, yeah, you have to do that before mid-2019 before I get out of here, I guess. And you have to pay shipping for international stuff.
Yeah. Well, actually, Amazon, I can still do that, actually.
Nah.
Huh.
I can't...
What now?
I can't see myself getting a P.O. box. I have no purpose for one, besides you sending me whatever. And I just have to pay regularly for a P.O. box. I can't afford that.
Yeah, you can. It's like $10. It's fairly cheap. Primus, or Old Lazy. You know how much is a month for a P.O. box? He is P.O. box, I'm asking.
It'd still be a P.O. box for one person to possibly send me something.
I mean, a lot of YouTubers do that. I mean, bigger YouTubers, but you know.
Yeah, I don't have the audience to send me stuff. I don't have the audience to give me comments.
Let me think. Anything else? Any other D&D related stories? Very stupid. It's like $10 a month. $10 not for $10 a month. I mean, that's a little bit less chicken.
I stopped getting money after I stopped making Transformer lore videos.
You know what you gotta do, right? Start making joke Transformer videos.
Even then, that will still attract a Transformers fan base, because it's not like any normal person's like, let me look up Transformer joke videos.
Let me. No. Just let me write you the scripts for you.
People will still be. It would still only be a Transformers audience that would see that, and by the love of God, I don't want a Transformers audience.
I mean, you got 6.4 thousand of them.
Losing them by the day, and that's part of the reason why I'm going to stop doing a regular schedule, because as much as I love YouTube, if I do really want to move to where I'm going, and I need to work towards that, and by Social Blade's estimation, I'm gonna be at, if I keep losing subscribers at the rate I am, I'm gonna have 0 in 5 years. So
it actually doesn't matter anymore. You're not gonna get paid any the new policy.
Well, no, I've already made. The new policy didn't apply to me since I already reached the threshold for getting paid before they implemented the new policy.
My 5 cents didn't make it.
Yeah, so if this channel's going to crash and burn at some point, I don't want to put my future plans at stake by taking what I need to do to move, putting that in the backseat for a dying channel.
It's got little arms.
What's got little arms?
The Gundam I bought for one of the videos. I just looked at the picture and it's got little arms that come inside of it. It's fucking Grievous.
General Kenobi.
Hello there.
Aren't you moving to Antarctica? I can safely confirm I am not going to Antarctica.
Why? You don't like the Antarcticans?
You know, those people, the Antarcticans.
Fuck those people. We don't like them. Nobody
Well,
likes them. They don't
hashtag
like
go
themselves.
vegan. We got a super chat from Ultrox Infinity. Hashtag go vegan.
Can we return that and say no?
No. Hashtag go, that's how we live life. Well, we can assume that he's going to move to a country that he knows the language they speak, so that narrows it down to maybe 5 countries. Frankly, if you know anything about me, what country I'm moving to it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. I just don't want to say it because it just feels too real. And it is real, but I'm scared of being alone.
Hey, I'm gonna do this.
Are you a racist against polar bears? Naturally.
I thought you said Polacks at first.
Polacks are cool. I'll respond to that Discord message after this stream.
That's fair. Damn, that's cool. Damn, that's really cool. I was trying to see if they had like Transformers, like building kits like this. I can't find any.
I think there might be, but they're not. The thing with Transformers is that they transform. And it's kind of hard to do that with model building.
Yeah, but I would be okay with just like the model itself. I wish the 164 models weren't as expensive. 1-64. Good old trans collectors,
Oh, the trans collectors.
I love how you grabbed that and lashed on I'm the trans collector.
I'm the trans collector.
I'm the trash man.
What's the difference? I can see him moving to South Africa for the meme. Is moving to South Africa particularly a meme? It's like, hey, I'm going to go to a country where where the white farmers get slaughtered occasionally.
I mean, they're only gonna maim you.
Yeah, only maim me.
They're only gonna maim you. That's it. I mean, you're not fully white.
Oh, because Japanese people are so welcome in South Africa as well.
I mean, yeah, sure. Is that a Sailor Moon transfer? It is. It's a Sailor Moon Gundam.
Hey, if it works.
It's fucking sexy. I want that.
All right.
Any questions in chat? I'll answer any question you got.
Any last minute questions before we wrap this up? I still think there's like a 30-second delay time. I don't know what that's about. I can see him invading North Africa for the meme. That's the Primus theist way.
I mean, yeah. I would do that for shit and giggles. It's a Sunday.
Oh, next Primus Prime Time, I believe, we may have a new co-host. Not a permanent co-host, but a guest co-host for the next episode. If not, then we won't,
I think they're just called guests.
I
think they're just called guests.
Guests? I guess. I guess they're guests. But we'll see how that works out. If not, if we can't get that guest at that time slot, then we actually might be talking about some Transformers stuff. Specifically.
Wait, what?
Because the IDW universe is ending, and I kind of want to talk about that.
Wait, legitimately ending?
Yep, it's they have a wrap-up storyline coming out, and I just want to sort of have a retrospective. So it'd be sort of like this episode, how it was you talking to me about some Dungeons and Dragons stories. It would be the reverse of that. I would be talking through you with the history of the publication and what decisions they made that led to the end.
All of it. Mainly firing what's his fuck.
I want to know how to. Okay.
What'd
You want to take that one, Twisted? Laze's message.
I want to know how Twisted fucks top, bottom, or counterclockwise. Follow up. Does he want to try something new? It's kind of depending on how I'm feeling that day. I don't even know how to fuck counterclockwise, but you know, top is fun. Gives you a lot of power. I like tops. And what do you have new? What do you want to try new? I'm interested. We'll meet at your PO box. It's the worst purchase you ever made.
The worst.
Well, whatever.
You know, I never played Spyro. I know you were freaking out about Spyro.
Dude, Spyro's so good.
I've never played Spyro, but I had my girlfriend really liked Spyro back when I had a girlfriend, and I paid like $100. One of her games was broken, and like actually it was stolen, but she could never find an affordable version of the game, like shopping for it online. So I found one that was like over $100. I said, I'll try to get it for her, and then the CD was cracked anyway, so that's easily the worst purchase I've ever made.
Yeah, I actually still have my Spyro games. I still have them. They still work. Oh, I'd probably sell those bitches. There's some decent cha-ching on them.
Primus mentioned Transformers. How do we ban him?
Let's react to what's in SW. Oh shit, let's see what's in SW. I'm intrigued.
Oh boy.
Let's see what we got in here. Let's see what we got in W. Oh, it's a link. It's a linked webum.
Oh no.
I can see that's pretty tame. Oh shit, she's giant. Oh, what's gonna happen? Sit in his face.
Wow.
They all stopped to look over her skirt. Oh no! Oh no! They all lifted their dicks instead of fapping. Oh, what the fuck?
You know, I think that's a good note to end this episode here, guys. Thank you all for
this jizz is corrosive.
Thank you all for coming out. Thanks to, and I give my thanks to our co-host, Twisted Ambition, for coming out tonight. Catch us next time. Next week, same channel, same time, same place. Same me.
He's not a fucking building. There was office workers inside of it.
God. Thank you guys for coming out. See you next time, next week.